So talking about difference will be a long and huge list. What I would suggest is, once we start putting data here, you will start realizing exactly how things are different. So Google Drive just allows you to upload documents, right? Salesforce allows you to maintain your database the way you want. So it allows you to create the data structure, allows you to store data, allows you to retrieve the data the way you want, do your queries and all those things. But Google Drive just allows you to upload the data. So there's a big difference. For now, I think I would just keep it very simple. That Google Drive is like a hard disk only where you can upload documents. Salesforce is a lot beyond that. It is not just a hard disk where you can upload your documents. Here you can build up your data structure. You can insert your data the way you want. You can retrieve the data. You can do the reporting. So there is a lot of things. So this is a complete CRM thing. Google Drive has got nothing to do with CRM, right? So that is how it is. And okay. So there is another question which says, which I can read here is how Salesforce reduces redundancy in data. Okay. So reducing the redundancy in the data is again something which Salesforce might not be doing, but that's something that you might have to do depending on the kind of data model you design. So that is again something that we will come into at a later point of time. But I just wanted to understand if we have the initial thoughts clear on Salesforce, exactly what they are doing and what they are offering, kind of thing, right? So any more questions anyone has? So we are all clear on that, right? Everyone is fine with that part, right? I think there is one more question which all of us have popped up. Yeah, so I think there is one more question which just came from someone. How Salesforce is different from Amazon EC2? So let's keep things at a very simple. Let us understand that see, we have close to 10 people who are attending the session, right? And let us try to keep our questions more focused on the discussion that we are having at that level, right? So in case we start putting questions which are slightly at a higher level, you might be definitely at that position, but others might not able to make out anything of that question, right? So I just see a question which comes up as what is the difference between Salesforce and Amazon EC2. So first thing is, a few people still need to understand what is Salesforce properly at this point of time. So we will not try to take up these kind of questions at initial stage. After a few days, definitely. So this would be a good question. In fact, you yourself will be able to answer these kind of questions. You will be able to compare Salesforce with whatnot, with everything. Fine. My question is, let us try to understand that. Let us not jump into the fifth step before understanding the first step, right? Do we know enough about Salesforce to compare it with an Oracle or a Microsoft Dynamics or an Amazon Web Services or let's say a Siebel CRM or anything? Do we still know enough about Salesforce? We have just started talking about Salesforce, and we are talking about what is the difference between Salesforce and that. Would you understand even if I talk about three technical points? No, right? So let us be reasonable here. So when I say questions, please try to focus on the topics which we are discussing. And I am 100% sure, I'm more than 100% I'm sure that the moment we progress in the training, you will definitely have all these questions answered. And still, if we have these kind of questions, once we are at kind of 80% of done in the training, 90% of your doubts will be cleared like this, that okay fine, Salesforce can do this other application can do these things, in case you have worked on the other application also, right? So most of your doubts will be cleared. Still, if we can talk about that part, right? But let us, stick to the scope of the training, or the stage of the training where we are. We just started talking about Salesforce. We still do not know much about Salesforce, and we start comparing it with the other thing. So that might be a little difficult thing, right? So moving on to the next thing. So when we talk about the Salesforce, so we just understood that okay, fine, Salesforce is a company which comes to you and says, or which goes to the businesses, and they say that okay, fine, we have a big cloud-based server. We can give you some space on the cloud, and you can start putting your data on that cloud, right? You just need to pay us. So any business just needs to pay Salesforce on a per license, per login basis. They just need to create the login credentials, and then they can start storing their information there on this on that cloud. The benefit that the company gets, or benefit that the business gets, is they don't need to spend a lot of money into setting up their server. They don't need to spend a lot of time into setting up the server, right? They can instantly start using it. They don't have to take care of the maintenance, right? So if you're using an on-cloud server, which is managed by someone else or maintained by someone else, then you don't have to take care of those small things. Let's say when you put your data on Facebook, are you ever bothered about the maintenance of your statuses and everything? So are you ever bothered that okay, Facebook update has to be done, I'll have to do that? You never need to do that, right? Are you bothered about Gmail updates and all, right? So maintenance and everything about that server, who will maintain it? Gmail.com people will maintain it. You do not have to worry about it. You just go and start putting your data, right? So same way, when you start putting your data on Salesforce.com, you're not at all bothered about the maintenance activities. Updates, maintenance, software updates, hardware updates, backups, as someone was talking about, where would they maintain the backup thing? They would maintain it anywhere. I mean, good to know that, but we are not worried about that. How many servers do they have? We do not know. We don't need to know, right? Downtime is there, we don't need to know. If there is downtime, the other server will be connected to us. We will keep on getting our data. So but if it is a server which you have installed, then you'll have to take care of everything, right? So Salesforce.com gives you so many benefits. You do not have to do a lot of investment in setting up your server. You don't have to hire people to maintain that server. You don't have to take care of all the maintenance activities. And the biggest advantage that you're getting is your data is available or accessible from anywhere, right? You don't have to be restricted to a particular local location. You have the login ID password, it is connected through internet. You can have internet connection anywhere in this world, anyone's computer. You can just put in your login ID password and start accessing it. That is how simple it is, right? So now the next thing is a small thing, that server space they are talking about. So when they are talking about the server space, they have a server, I said that, and they give us some space on that server in case we pay them on a monthly basis. That's correct. But even after that, don't you think you need an application or a software? So the hardware part we talked about so far. So there's a software also which we need, right? To interact with it, to put the data, right? So this is software as a service. So Salesforce provides you the SaaS or the software as a service also to put your data or retrieve your data. For performing any operation, I need a software also, right? It's not just the hardware that I need the software. Like Software is, as something as simple as an user interface. For example, this Facebook. So when you go to the Facebook, you see an interface there, right? You have an option of clicking on, post status update or something, whatever, right? So that interface is what? That is the software. That is the application. The Salesforce also provides you with that application. So along with the storage space on the cloud-based server, in addition to that, they provide you with the software. If they don't give you the software, then how will you use it? It's not a software that you have to purchase. It is also a software as a service. So on a per month basis, you pay to them and they allow you to use this software also. The moment you say that I don't want to pay to Salesforce anymore, they will stop your access to the software also. So this is a web-based software, right? You just have to create a login ID password. The moment you log in into it, you get access to that software. Software is nothing, that again, the user interface or the application part of it, right? And it also provides you with a platform. So what is this platform part? Platform is where you can develop your own application. So Salesforce gives you space on the server, they give you the software to operate that, they provide you that software part, they give you a platform access. So this platform is where you can develop your own applications. Okay. In case you don't want the application that they have provided or the software that they have provided, you need something else. You want to design your data model the way you want. You have a different business flow. You want a few extra tables in the database. You want to retrieve the data in a different way, or you want to run a different query on click of a button. So that sort of things can be developed. So Salesforce does not allow you only with a ready-made software or a built-in software. They also give you a platform access where you can go and edit or customize your apps. You must have heard of Salesforce development, right? So development is that part where we can customize the app or we can create our own apps. So that platform access is also provided, right? So this is what Salesforce basically offers. So they offer you the space on the server which is on the cloud. They offer you the software as a service part of it where you get the access to the software, and you also get the access to platform where you can customize or build your own applications. Clear? Please let me know if you have any questions or doubts here.